Spirit. Hello Pisces, welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I am so happy to have you guys. We are going to dive right in with your reading. If you're a member of my membership channel, I just want to let you know that at 2 p.m. today Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to try to go live. I'm going to have some decks and I will pull a card for people if you would like that. If you're not a member and you would like to join us, you can join. There's a link in the description box below. I would like to thank all of you who are regular watchers of my show and my members. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your comments, your likes, your shares, your subscriptions. I do deeply appreciate each and every one of you. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome. I am super happy to have you. That was Bhakti, my best friend and companion that sits with me through all my readings. If you just heard him. Just keep in mind that these are general readings and take what resonates and leave the rest. For Pisces, please, Spirit. For Pisces. For Pisces, yes. For Pisces, please, Spirit. Okay. Wow, Pisces. This is great energy. You have hope on the bottom of the deck and it says, look with new eyes and create the change that awaits you. And then you have soul satisfaction, aim for that which makes your soul rejoice. Pisces, I feel like you're moving into a new era and a new time. I feel like you have hope. I feel like, hope is something that always keeps us moving in the direction of kind of like anything is possible or everything is possible, right? And as long as we're, moving in that direction, things become possible. And sometimes, a lot of times, it's things that we, didn't even dream of or didn't even think of. And here we find ourselves living that life or having it. Sometimes when we're coming out of a hard time, it's really hard to find hope. It's really hard to look at hope or look for hope or look hopefully or optimistically at any situation. Just know that, keep putting one foot in front of the other. Hope springs eternal, we have in the major arcana, it goes from the Tower card to the Star card. And the Star card is the restoration of hope and optimism after everything is kind of fallen apart. So just know that it comes, it follows, it will change, and you will get there if you're not there right now. With soul satisfaction, this is like letting your soul be your guide toward where you're going, especially if you feel directionless or you feel like you don't know what is going to help or you don't know where to go. Pay attention to how you feel. Pay attention to what your gut is telling you. If something makes you feel better when you do it, try to find a way to do more of it. And just keep doing more of it and doing more of it until it's taking up more and more of your time or it's a bigger part of your life. And the satisfaction is there. Head in that direction. Make that choice. Trust the universe. Wow. Okay, guys, you are getting, oh my gosh, you guys are getting some wild cards. You're getting Maya the Maker, to bloom. Find a way to embrace the magic around you. I feel like that's what we were just talking about with soul satisfaction. On the bottom of the deck, you have Isis, the great mother goddess. Your heart will be healed. Have faith. Okay, so some of you, I can definitely feel a little bit of a heaviness in the energy today. So some of you may be feeling a little bit heavy or a little bit down or a little bit sad or a little bit like, almost like I kind of feel the energy of like, I don't want to get my hopes up or I don't want to be let down again or I just don't want to ride this up and down wave kind of energy. And that feeling that we're on an up and down wave really comes from us believing that our happiness, our contentment comes from outside of us. It does not. It comes from inside us. When we believe that there's something outside of us that's going to make us happy, then we're at the whim. Sometimes you're going to get what you want and sometimes you're not. And when you do, you feel great. Nothing can tear you down, but it isn't sustainable because that once you have that, the next thing to do is to figure out what you want then, what you want next. And then, you know, you're not going to win 100% of the time. That just isn't, it's not realistic. I mean, more power to you if you believe it, more power to you if you make it happen. But it certainly isn't the norm, right? So when we have that, I need this in order to be content, I'll be happy when I have this. We're riding that up and down wave of sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. And it does mess with you, you know, it does make you feel really high highs and really low lows. If you just want to stay in the center of the Wheel of Fortune and be the calm, be the stabilizing force in the world, you know, and just understand that everything is happening around you, and sometimes you're going to win and sometimes you're going to lose. I'm sure I've told you guys the Chinese like proverb or old story about Sai. Sai was a farmer in China thousands of years ago. And one day, this wild mare showed up on his property, and this wild mare was like absolutely amazing. And it was a big deal to race horses back then. And he raced this wild mare. His son raced the wild mare. And the wild mare could not lose. They just won all the time. And people came to Sai and said, how lucky you are, Sai, that you got this wild mare, that this wild mare showed up on your land. And Sai was like, well, you know, sometimes things work out and sometimes they don't, kind of energy. And then one day, Sai's son was racing the horse, and he took a nasty fall, and he broke his leg very, very badly, mangled his leg. And all the people came to Sai and they said, oh, how sad, your luck is so bad. You know, your son is so hurt, he may never, you know, fully recover. And Sai was like, well, you know, sometimes you're up and sometimes you're down. Sometimes things work out and sometimes they don't. And then there was a huge war, and an invading army came towards Sai's village. And all the able-bodied men had to go fight this war, except Sai's son, because Sai's son's leg was mangled. And when the villager men returned, they were soulless. Their eyes were empty and hollow. They had seen horrors in the war, if they made it back, and not everyone made it back. And everyone said to Sai, how lucky you are, Sai, that your son didn't have to go to war, that he still has his soul, that he's still, you know, kind of undamaged, even though physically he was never the same. And Sai said, well, you know, sometimes things work out for you and sometimes they don't. You know, like sometimes you're up and sometimes you're down. And that is so true, regardless of what it is that happens, you know. You just never know how that is going to play out. You know, if Sai's son had been like, my life is over, I broke my leg, you know, he never would have realized what a blessing it was to have broken his leg, to not have had to go to that war and not have had to see what these other people saw, or to, even worse, lose his life completely, you know. So it's just important for us to remember, right, that sometimes things are blessings in disguise, and that, you know, it is within our control to not get attached to things, to not get attached to outcomes, to understand that our happiness comes from within, and that we find it where we look for it. You will always find what you're looking for. You always know what people want to see by kind of, you know, if you're ever sitting in a group of people and they're talking about one person, right? And there are those people who are like, oh yeah, I knew, my intuition told me that person was a bad person, and like that they were not trustworthy, and blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes there's one person that stays quiet, or one person who says, I really haven't felt that. I really haven't seen that. I really don't know that. You know, even when given the same quote unquote facts, or even when, you know, having the same experience, people will see it different ways. People will have different perspectives of it. And people see what they want to see. That's why what you see in other people is a reflection of how you feel about yourself. Because it's what you want to see, and it's what you naturally see. And what we naturally see is, you know, it comes from within. And that's why we have to fix what's within, and we have to find happiness and joy within us and contentment within us first, before we can really derive it from outside of us. Anyway, enough is enough, but that's what I get, Pisces. Okay, so let's see what the Yin Yang Oracle has to offer us. You know, with this confusion and the rose-colored glasses and the illusions and the Neptune, you know, this feels like something really let you down. And, you know, illusions, right? It's sort of a tricky thing. I actually listened to the most amazing Muji talk this morning. It was absolutely incredible. He was talking about perception and who is the perceiver, and it was pretty fascinating. It left me really in a deep place. But with the confusion here with Neptune, it's sort of saying to me, you know, sometimes we see what we want to see. Well, we always see what we want to see, right? And sometimes people project what they think we want to see, right? So how do I want to say this? It's like sometimes we are responsible for the illusions we believe, and sometimes we're not. In other words, sometimes it's like we're ignoring red flags to see what we want to see. And sometimes people are not letting us see the truth. They're hiding the reality. Like maybe they have no intention of committing, but they want what they want from you in this moment. So they're promising you that commitment or that it's a possibility in the future in order to sort of get what they want from you in this moment. You know, they're using what they know you want in order to take advantage or manipulate a situation or get what they want. And with this Neptune, and the sunglasses are upside down on the table, it's making me feel like I'm done with that. I'm giving that up. I'm leaving that energy behind. I'm done believing the illusions that people are trying to sell me, and I'm done looking only for what I want in people and ignoring red flags. Like, I'm putting this down. I'm leaving this energy behind. And as a Pisces, you know, you are very given to Neptunian energy. It's a ruling planet of yours. And, you know, illusions can be, you know, everything has a positive and negative, and so do illusions, right? Because it can help you manifest, it can help you visualize, it can help you in a lot of ways. It can help you have a vision for something that other people aren't going to. That's why Pisces are great creators, right? Because they, you know, a lot of people, their foray into creativity is really copying. But with a Pisces, a lot of times you're doing groundbreaking. You know, you're doing things that haven't been done before. Because you hold a space of vision, possibility that doesn't already exist. You know, and you're giving that to the world. So there is a beautiful thing about it, right? But it also has its shadow side or its downside, right? And kind of we need both. We need one to have the other, to know the beauty of the other or the value of the other. We have to have something to compare it to. Muji was also talking about that. Anyway, I feel though that you're like, okay, this has hurt me, or this has caused me suffering, or this has caused me to go down paths that maybe were not even meant for me, right? And this change and this courage, it's like, I am getting back on track. I'm getting back on my own track. And this may have already happened. You know, this can be kind of a past energy, something that you've already been working toward. This is a very determined energy. Like, I'm going where I need to go and focusing on myself and doing what I need to do. I'm putting this energy down. I'm not accepting this. You have here rebirth, and you have family, home, and commitment, and you have here nurture and compassion, and you have here feminine. For me, I almost feel like you're on this path where you're, you know, kind of determined to go after what you desire. You're in pursuit of your own soul satisfaction and you're blooming. You're finding a way to embrace the magic that is around you and to find your way back to the path that is meant for you. You may have gotten a bit off path here. I do feel with this nurturing energy, there is an energy of self-love, but there is this energy of someone coming in to also love you. And sometimes it's like people do treat us the way that we kind of let them know it's okay to treat us. For example, like narcissists will often sit down at a table with you and tell you like, I'm selfish or I'm a jerk or people say this about me or people say that about me. And when we are looking for what we want to see in someone, a lot of times we'll be like, oh, I can't believe that. If that were true, they wouldn't just sit across the table from me and tell me. But they are really doing that. Narcissists are kind of famous for doing that because really what they're doing is they're saying, okay, I'm telling you, and if you're choosing to fall for this illusion, then that's on you, and I don't have to carry the shame or the guilt for it, for deceiving you, because I'm telling you, I'm upfrontly telling you. And they do it as a way to test you, to see, are you someone who they can, you know, kind of take advantage of? And so many of us, if you have never come across a narcissist, more likely than not, just naturally, you're going to think they're joking. You're going to think that that's not real. You're going to be someone who's susceptible for it. But after you encounter it, you listen. You're like, oh no, I cannot afford to go down that path again. That was too hard, too painful, too much, too bad, too yuck. You know, you're lucky to get out of it, really. And so anyway, what I feel like, you see how the inside the crystal ball, it's upside down? And these glasses are upside down. I don't know what this is. Maybe it's hangman energy, actually, now that I think about it. But what I see is there is something coming into clarity. There is something that is coming into being, life. It's like a new cycle, a new phase, a rebirth. So it is the new beginning that's coming after this ending. And it does feel like it has something to do with, you know, someone coming in, someone showing up. It may be someone that you may have discarded in the past. It may be someone brand new. It may be a reflection of what you learned from this experience, or a reflection of the decision that you've made to formally just never fall for this again. That you are looking at things very clearly, that you do, you know. This may even be that you've taken some time with that kind of like hangman aura here to really get a fresh perspective and to really see this energy for what it was, why you felt, why you were that way. And like maybe how you can protect yourself from this energy, or shift yourself maybe more from one side of the spectrum to the middle of the road, where it's like you still have the power to harness, to visualize, to manifest, and to, you know, see what isn't there, but you are also sort of grounded and centered and not really falling for the deception that other people want you to fall for. With the feminine energy, you see this energy here. It's like the intuition is lit up, the crown chakra is lit up. I feel there's this energy of really being guided toward your soul purpose, or toward this path that you're meant to go on, you know, after your course correction here. And this is like the feminine energy is receiving these messages, receiving these downloads, like listening to it, following it. All right, Pisces, let's dive into the tarot and see what is going on. Okay, you have the Page of Cups on the bottom of the deck. You have the Nine of Swords. You have the Three of Wands, the Strength card, and the King of Wands. Some of you are definitely dealing with a fire sign. And I feel like there is something here where there was someone who was afraid. Someone who let fear make their decisions for them. They may have backed off. They may even be in the shadows. They may be watching, plotting, planning, strategizing how they're going to come back to possibly make something right here. Because you have the Page of Cups, which can be an apology, or at least like, let me tell you authentically what I was going through in that moment. With a Strength card, this may be someone who needs to find their confidence or actually really get in touch with the courage to go after what they really want here with the King of Wands. You had this stack fall out. I was just going to put it back in, but I think we should look at it. Okay, you have the Hermit, the Page of Wands, the King of Swords, the Lovers, the Ten of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Ten of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. So yeah, this is someone, I feel like they pulled back with the Hermit here. I think they have actually spent some time by themselves or spent some time really thinking about what they want with the Page of Wands. It's like they may have actually even been in a place where fear made them actually so confused that they either didn't know what they wanted or they were afraid of what they wanted. When the King of Swords, this can be someone who really needed to master their way of thinking, especially when it came to the Lover's energy, because with the Lover's energy, you have this Ten of Wands energy, which is like, it's very burdensome for this person to choose love, or it's very burdensome for this person to choose relationships in general. Like they just have a tendency to become very overwhelmed and kind of make decisions and choices out of fear and out of a space of feeling overwhelmed. With the King of Swords, this is someone who's learning how to kind of harness the energy of their thoughts, or like manage it so that their thoughts don't cause them to become reactionary. That they can be the observer of their thoughts and kind of keep their thoughts in a safe place without feeling like they need to respond to every single one or go down these wormholes and really allow themselves to be overcome by their own way of thinking. Then you have this Ace of Wands, Ten of Wands, Ace of Cups energy. This was the Ten of Swords. I'm sorry. I saw the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Swords is still, though, it's where like my thoughts become overwhelming and cause endings. You know, they cause me to cut things off, to end things. With these two tens and the King energy and the Hermit energy, and then two aces and two pages, there's definitely an ending and a beginning here. And it can be with the same person. It can be with someone else. But with this person, it feels very much like, you know, anytime they kind of think about having a new beginning or about going after what they want or about, could even be really loving themselves or healing, it feels too burdensome. It feels like too much for them to handle. And it's like, this is definitely what I want, but it feels too much to handle. And I think this is basically because of their thoughts, you know, and that's why this King of Swords energy is so important, because the King of Swords is sort of that energy that they really need to embody in order to be able to harness the power of thinking. You know, we think for a reason, but if we, you know, kind of allow thoughts to be our main like motivator, our main source of everything. If we seriously identify with our thoughts, if we think that everything must be solved in our minds, it can take us really far away from our true soul purpose, because our thoughts are typically generated really by our ego, and we're really meant to be the observer of our thoughts, not the sum total of our thoughts. Like as Muji says it, our thoughts really pull us into this energy of being human, of being separate, of being our body, of being, just this physical body. It takes us away from the energy of being part of a collective consciousness, or being a part of the totality of all that is. Which we, you know, if you're the observer of your thoughts and you're observing your thoughts, then who are you? That was his question, basically, in the thing that I listened to. And it was crazy. It really got me thinking, because basically you could technically be the divine, observing the experience of being human. It's a little deep, I get it, but you know, if it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't, you know. The thing is, the more distance we put between us and our thoughts, and the more we acknowledge that they exist, but that we don't have to do anything about it, and the more we can sort of quiet our mind. Because, I mean, they have done so many studies, you guys, about all these thoughts we're thinking. What do thoughts do? They take us out of the present moment. They actually take us out of our power, because our power exists in the present moment. And if we're spending the present moment worrying, we're spending the present moment thinking about all the things that could go wrong, thinking about all the ways that someone could hurt us, thinking about what someone else may be doing right now, thinking about how we miss, or how we want, or how we're yearning for, or how we're longing for, or how life has let us down, or how 10 years ago someone said this to us and it wasn't fair, and we haven't really ever been able to move beyond it. We're robbing ourselves by our own mental body of our true power, which exists in this moment. In this moment, we can say, you know what? I'm going to heal. Or, you know, I'm going to go after what I want. I'm going to get on my soul path, and I'm going to take the bull by the horns, and I'm going to do it. And I'm doing it right now, you know, and I'm not giving my power to my past anymore, or to who I think I am, or what I think I'm about. You know, the more our past experiences are just our past experiences. They're not the sum total of who we are. They don't define us in any freaking way. They define that moment in time. But that moment is gone. There's this amazing Navajo saying, the Navajo Indians, it is, the Navajo teach their children that every morning when the sun comes up, it's a brand new sun. It's born each morning. It lives for the duration of one day, and in the evening it passes on, never to return again, as soon as the children are old enough to understand. And you know how critical that is? Because if you can live your day, and you can live your day as if it's the only thing that matters, as if it's the only thing that exists, and you can let go of yesterday, and you can let go of tomorrow, and you can just be fully present in this day, and when the day is done, you can let it go. It was a good day, it was a bad day, I did my best today, whatever it is, and I release it, you know, and then look forward to the next new day. Then you're sitting in a huge place of power. A huge place of power. Anyway, I feel like there is this energy here of someone finally releasing something that was very burdensome, that did really, you know, keep them in a space of, you know, not being able to choose what it was that they wanted in the past, because just even the thought of choosing what they wanted created so much anxiety and so much energy of overwhelm. With the 9 of Swords and that 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords, it just made their mind really betray them. Yeah, because really they were coming from a scarcity wounded mindset. They want to apologize for their own fear and for their anxiety and for what they may have said or done because of it, as a result of it. You know, with the King of Wands, the Strength card, and the 3 of Wands, with the 5 of Pentacles, if you're in an energy of the 5 of Pentacles, if that's your base energy, which unfortunately it is a lot of people's base energy, they have a scarcity mindset. They think that there's only so much, and if you're getting some, you're taking mine. And that, you know, they're living in a space of fear of intimacy, fear of abandonment. It's like they may want those things, they may want intimacy, they may want connection, but their fear, the fear that they're generating is too great to allow them to open up to that risk. That's always going to be too risky, because their general belief is that things don't work out, or that they always get left behind, or that, you know, anytime you're moving from a space where you just think things just typically don't work out for you, they're not going to work out for you. You have to work on that part first. You have to deal with that. But that's what we see here with the Three of Wands, the Strength card, and the King of Wands. The Strength card is where we overcome our lower vibrational energies. And notice the Strength card is a major arcana. The Five of Pentacles is a mere minor arcana. That's how it's coming across to me. It's like it's a small thing in comparison to the Strength card. But when you're in the Five of Pentacles, it's all there is. It's all you can think about. It's your breath, it's your thoughts, it's the way you move, it's every decision you make. It's in it all. And once you know, getting to that place of the Strength card, getting to the place where you can be bigger than it, getting to the place where you can truly believe that you are stronger than that energy, and that, you know, I can have the confidence to know that it is possible for things to work out for me, and that I am, you know, worthy of it, right? That I have the ability to make these decisions for myself each and every day. You know, am I going to let this get the best of me, or am I going to be the observer of my thoughts and master those thoughts and focus on where I'm trying to go and what I want, and, you know, creating that picture, that future, that as my reality with the Three of Wands and the King of Wands. You have the Ten of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So this person definitely does want connection. They definitely want emotional contentment with another person. And, you know, in order to have that, in order to pursue that, in order to be able to go after what they want, they have to first overcome this Five of Pentacles energy. It doesn't generally work out for me. You know, my parents are divorced. My mother abandoned me. My father neglected me. You know, whatever the story is. You know, I've been in bad relationships where people have hurt me. It's hard for me to trust. Yeah, it is hard to trust after people hurt you. But, you know, we learn and we get more discerning, and we get more experience in life, and then we're not the same people we were when we fell for that energy, or when we were susceptible to that. See, I see them putting this rose-colored glasses down, upside down. I'm done with that. I'm leaving that behind. I'm not someone who's willing to fall for an illusion. You're going to have to show me in real life. You're going to have to play your hand. You're going to have to expose your cards to me. And then I'm going to be discerning, and I'm going to say, okay, you know, is this person actually showing up? Is their action actually matching their words? And you have to become a master of your own desire with the King of Wands. You know, if you want something so bad that you're willing to see it in anything because you want it that bad, then you are going to be susceptible to people who are deceptive. So you have to master your own desire. You have to create it with your own two hands and your own self and just you, a life that you love, a life that you desire. And you can do it. Everybody can do it. And then you're not susceptible to that energy anymore. Then you're like, sigh. You know, you're like, oh, okay, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. I'm all right. Yeah, look at that. Holy crap. Nine of Pentacles and Temperance comes out as I'm saying that. Yeah, you got the Devil in reverse and the Nine of Pentacles with the Temperance upright, with this King of friggin' Swords on the bottom of the deck. Some of you may be like you may have been dealing with an air sign and you may be dealing with a fire sign, or vice versa. I am getting that actually for some of you. There's something here with the play between fire and air, or like the delineation or the difference of them. They're both pretty fast moving energies, right? So anyway, with the devil in reverse, and we're going to clarify that obviously, but this is someone who is releasing these toxic tendencies, and they are releasing fear and illusion. And it's coming here on the Nine of Swords, and then we had this confusion, illusion energy, right? So this is like where we're releasing an old habit that we have, an old way of doing things, an old kind of route that maybe it was something that we had taken many times. Many times fear has shown its face, and many times we allowed fear to kind of push us down and to make us live a small life. Or, you know, maybe it was the fear of, you know, nobody loving us, or not having companionship, or dying alone, or whatever it was that made us susceptible to people who would deceive us or who would lie to us, and take advantage of our fear, right? But either way, it's the acknowledgement that fear and illusion are not serving us, and that we're letting this go. We're closing this door where this is the final chapter. We're setting them down and we're walking away. We're having the courage to change. And you guys, remember how I was talking about how the tower leads to the star card? This fate card is under this change thing. And a lot of times those towers come in to rock our world to create change, to put us, to strengthen us, and to put us on the path that is meant for us. Sometimes we're willing to accept less than we deserve, or sometimes, you know, we get so distracted by our own humanness, or by our own like kind of human desires. And not that there's anything wrong with human desires, but they do kind of weaken us. They do make us vulnerable. Nine of Pentacles and Temperance. This is, I mean, this is like, you cannot jack with me energy. This is like, I have done the work. I have created a life that I am very proud of, that is solid and stable. I feel really good about myself. I feel really good about my energy. And the price for you to even talk to me, the price for you to get into my inner circle or my inner sanctum, is that you must be able to match this energy. You must heal yourself. You must be grounded, balanced, centered, and healed to walk in this space, to even come to my temple, you know? And it is a scary prospect for a lot of people. But for the right people, either it will challenge them, or for the right people who have already done the work, they'll show up and be so thankful that they found someone who also did the work, and who's also grounded and centered and balanced and healed, and who has created an amazing life. When you are in this energy and you meet someone else who is in this energy and you come together, that is like the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. That is like, it is adding, it is someone who only adds to your life, who doesn't upset the apple cart, who doesn't, you know, kind of make you weaker or make you go down paths that are not meant for you, chasing some kind of illusion, some kind of dream. Oh. With the King of Swords, this can also be a very strong conversation coming towards you. It could be someone who has let go of their toxicity. Oh, okay. That has let go of their toxicity, their fear, and their illusion. And that wants to really show up and have a conversation with you. Yeah, especially with the Six of Swords coming out here on the bottom of the deck. This is like, I want to clear something up. I want to bring peace to a situation. I want to, how do I want to say it? Like, yeah, I guess it's like, I want to bring peace to a situation. I want to talk until, you know, we both feel okay about it. Okay. Sorry, guys, I have to clarify the clarifiers. So the devil in reverse is being clarified by the moon in reverse. And, when you think about the devil, you think about kind of like shadowy energy, right? And the moon is sort of the same way. It's sort of like not having all the information or things done in the dark, But with the moon in reverse and the devil in reverse, it is sort of like this energy of things coming to light. And with the Tower card, this can definitely be like a dark night of the soul type energy, where it's like I was sort of running from my own fear, my own illusion, and when I'm running from it, it is owning me. It is the catalyst for, or it is not the catalyst, but it is the motivating factor for where I'm going and what I'm doing, because I'm running from my fear and my illusion, right? When I have a tower, I can no longer run from it. There's something is collapsing. Something light is definitely being shown, right? This is all on fire. This is a lightning bolt. It's like it's that moment where I can't just keep denying it. I have to face it. I'm coming face to face with it, and it may come very suddenly. It may come very shockingly. I may not be expecting it. It may really hurt. It may really kind of put me through the paces, and it may even be with the Star in reverse, with the King of Pentacles, that this person feels they are losing you to someone who is more stable or more solid, or that this person that you are their wish fulfillment and that they don't have a chance because they've been running this whole time instead of becoming more reliable, more stable, becoming more of the energy that matches your energy. It's like they have been deceiving and illusioning and, running away from the connection, or, letting fear and illusion dictate how they handled things. And, and now it may be that they feel that they're actually losing it, or that they've lost control, or that the whole thing has kind of gone off the rails. And this may be causing them to change. We cannot control another person. We can't control what they do. We can't control how they see things or how they feel about things, or, whether they see our value or not. The only thing we can do is see our own value. The only thing we can do is, make decisions that are in our own best interest, right? And then it's like those people have to deal with it. They have to deal with the ramifications of it. And in some ways, it almost feels like it took losing you. Or if they haven't lost you yet, it's like you are it almost feels like a kind of an unreachable energy to this person at this point. And it's like you're not going to fall for them coming back around and telling you all the things that you want to hear, because you're not falling for what you want to hear anymore. You're only interested in pentacles. You're only interested in actions and material and people putting in the work and people reciprocating and people doing for you. You're not even letting people into your inner sanctum unless they're in this energy, unless they earn their way in. And so with the Star card in reverse, you're slipping away from this person. And where they may have been able to come in the past and sort of smooth things over with words, they're not right now. They're not able to, because you're not looking for words. You're looking for actuality. You're looking for reality. This person, this may have gone back and forth, or you may have kind of let this person back in, and they may have gotten you off balance now so many times that when you see them coming, that is the energy they represent to you. Someone who, shows up, but when it comes to time to make it a real decision, they let fear make their choice for them, and it creates a lot of imbalance in your life. And that's something that you're saying no to now. That's something where you've put down the rose-colored glasses, and now you have this return of hope and optimism where you're sort of saying, I actually believe that there is someone out there who is going to come in a stable and solid energy, who has healed. And if it's you, okay, so be it. But I'm not taking you back one moment before you show up like this. This is the only energy I'm entertaining right now. King of Pentacles. So let's see. Queen of Cups. Queen of Pentacles, Six of Swords. Yeah, this person is definitely wanting to come in and talk to you. I feel like you are sort of you may be looking really good, or there's something physical here. I got this yesterday too, so strongly. It's like I feel this person is more, I don't know if I want to say like attracted to you than normal. You may also be posting some kind of picture. You may also be I feel like I got this energy hardcore yesterday. Too. It's something physical. It's like, man, they're looking really good, or man, you know, this person may even be like dreaming about you, or it's something like that. And I think, you know, with it being the Queen of Cups and her coming across also as very sexy, it's sort of this energy of combination. It's like, you know, not only are they attractive, but they're also very smart, or not only are they solid and stable, but they're also really fun or funny, or, you know, it feels to me like I can't find that same combination in anyone else, right? With the Six of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, you have the King of Pentacles there, now you have the Queen of Pentacles. It's like this person, I feel like they want to smooth things out by saying to you, I see your value, I see your worth, I understand, you know, what you're bringing to the table. I understand, you know, what... It's almost like they want to not focus on themselves, but instead focus on you. Like in the past, they may have come and said, I've really changed, or I've really done this, or I've really done that. And I feel like in this case, this person actually feels as though they may have really lost you with the Star card in reverse. And the two Six of Wands are sort of giving me this like, I have to be able to be at peace with it, and maybe my actions, or maybe my words, or maybe however I have been would not indicate how I really feel, or how I really see this person, or the worth or the value that I feel this person has. So there's almost this sense of, you know, my life is sort of falling apart, or, you know, I'm going through a really rough time, and I know I can't show up for you in the energy that you deserve, but I want you to know that I know you deserve that. You know, and with the Knight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, this is that energy of, I'm putting one foot in front of the other. It may be a slow process. Like I can't make any promises on when I'm going to cross the finish line, but just know that I am actually taking meaningful steps toward change, or toward, you know, becoming a Knight of Pentacles. I mean, a King of Pentacles, someone who can actually, you know, show up in a solid and stable way. It's almost like wanting to calm you with the truth, like instead of the illusion. It's like, this is my truth. I would like to come in and say, I'm a King of Pentacles. I would like to come in and say, you know, I've got it all together and I have it all figured out now. But that's just not realistic. But I can come in and say, I know what you deserve, and I hope to be that person someday, and I am like really putting honest effort into it, you know, which I feel like is something brand new for this person. I don't think this person really has done that before. Ace of Swords. Guys, there's so many communication cards, and there's so much energy here around like I want to talk this through. I want to talk about it. You do have the Fool card clarifying the Six of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. And it's kind of like, I feel like this person is sort of, it's like, it's almost saying like, I have to do this. You know, the Fool card is this like energy of, I'm doing this because I must. It's like everything within me is telling me I have to, I must. And so, you know, I may look like a fool or whatever, but I have no choice, because everything in me is moving me in this direction. Everything in me is saying to me that I have to do this. And I won't have any peace until I do. And so I'm going to do it. If I look like a fool, I look like a fool. It's also a Zero card, which does make me feel like they are not coming in with what, they're not able to offer you what they feel they deserve, but they are on a clear new path where they're not taking past complications, fears, illusions, even like antics. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like antics or like words or like phrases or like things that they've always said or always done. They're trying to leave all that behind. They're trying to take nothing, no part of that energy with them. With the Queen of Cups being clarified by the Chariot, for some of you, you may be dealing with like an Aries, an Aquarius, or a Cancer. But there is this energy of, you know, I feel like it's intention. I feel like it is, you know, I may be in the Nine of Pentacles now, but I understand what you're looking for, and I do feel I can be that person. I just have to get there. With the Ace of Swords, this person may actually be unburdening themselves or coming clean about other things. It's kind of like I want to start with a clean slate, or I want to, you know, I want to show you that from this day forward or from this moment forward, you know, it's almost like complete transparency, or like, you know, I know if we are ever going to have success and victory in this connection, it has to come from a place of clarity. Like it has to come from a place of truth. And with the sword pointing in this direction, it's like, I've only really told you half truths, or I haven't been completely honest with you in the past. I feel that way because the person is facing, you know, their back is facing us. So it's telling me like in the past, I didn't always tell you the truth, or I wasn't always transparent, or I wasn't always clear. And, or even worse yet, I may have used words to manipulate a situation or to get a result that I wanted, or I may have even believed what I was saying, but there wasn't anything really behind it other than my own belief that what I was saying was valid. You know what I mean? But I know what it takes, and right now I may be in this energy with the Knight of Pentacles, moving very slow and just putting one foot in front of the other and trying to become the person that you deserve. But my intention is this. My intention is to show up for you. And because I can't show up for that energy right now, the only thing I can do is tell you that that is the energy that I know you deserve and that I'm working toward. Wow, I just asked what actions this person is going to take. And wow, so, okay. You have the Hierophant, the Knight of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. I am just going to clarify this little, what is this? Oh boy. What a clear message. Okay, thank you, Spirit. You have the Hierophant with the Knight of Wands and then the Two of Pentacles. And you know, that Knight of Wands, Two of Pentacles energy has been the abysmal energy that has been rocking you off of your place of security and stability and thrusting you into kind of an energy of suffering. This person coming in and out of your life, or this person sort of making promises and then getting scared and running away, or, you know, it's like this person's fear is creating an imbalance in your life. It's knocking you off center. It's making you feel shaken. And with the Five of Swords, a lot of it is, it's their own self-defeating thoughts that causes them to sort of either manipulate or sort of be untrue with their words. With the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, this is like one of my favorite cards to see in a moment like this in a reading, because especially when it comes to what actions are they going to take, because this is like, I'm actually putting the work in. And you see in this Eight of Pentacles, they're a potter throwing a cup, and it's like, you know, I'm fixing my freaking cup, and that's what I'm doing. I'm putting the work in. I'm the Five of Swords deck, or this clarifying deck, has the Knight of Pentacles on the bottom, which is the same energy that we had on the bottom before, where it was like, I know I can't actually show up, but like the Knight of Pentacles is, I'm putting one foot in front of the other. I'm doing the work. I'm taking the action. I'm going in the right direction. This is my intention, and I'm actually putting honest to goodness energy towards it. And so that is beautiful. It's like, this is the thing that I'm fixing. With the Hierophant here, it may even be like some kind of spiritual awakening or some kind of spiritual lesson that this person is learning. But they're understanding that they have to be committed. It's kind of like, I have, you know, promised my maker. You know, I have promised the divine that I, you know, I want to be done with this energy. I want to trade this energy in. I want to be reliable. And that I am going to put my own free will choices and my own energy to that end. And I'm going to show up for myself and for the hope that I can somehow get you back at some point here. By, you know, showing up in my own life. Wow. So you have the Hierophant clarified by the Three of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. And then, or is this the Four of Pentacles? This is the Four of Pentacles. I always do this in this deck because for whatever reason, the Four of Pentacles has the scale on it. And that scale is usually with the Six of Pentacles. This energy is like, you know, I am not letting anything stop me. I am holding on to this energy. I'm not letting anything interfere. With the Three of Cups here, if for some of you, if you were dealing with a third-party situation or there was some outside influence that really caused this person to also be somewhat unstable, I feel like this person is really guarding themselves. They may even be putting up a boundary. They're focused on their own balance, and anything that would throw them off balance or anything that would take them away from what they really want, I feel like they're not entertaining. It's like they're closed off to it. And they are concerning themselves with being able to provide proof. You have Judgment on the bottom of the deck. This is someone that is really working towards some kind of reconciliation here, another chance. Yeah, Six of Cups, this is all they think about. With the Ten of Swords, they know that this has been a very difficult cycle. It's been a difficult cycle, I feel like, for both of you, you know, mentally and emotionally, something very draining here. But it's like, I have never stopped feeling for you the way that I feel for you. And this is the catalyst for my change. You know, instead of my main motivating factor being my fear, it has become my thoughts of you, my desire for this, the feeling of nostalgia, the desire to close out this difficult cycle in my life so that I can experience this with you, so that I can come into harmony with you, so that I can show up in the energy that you need me to. All right, Pisces, let's get some messages. Again, if you're a member on my channel at 2 p.m. Eastern time, so like in about, well, I mean, I can't say when that's going to be because it takes time for these readings to upload. But I am going to go, I'm going to try to go live. It may take me a minute, but just bear with me because I'm not very good at this stuff, at technology. But I'm showing up, all right? If you're dealing with the water sign, you're getting, I'm starting to understand our connection. I feel so drawn to you. We don't share the same values. Do I still have a chance? I don't react when people mention you, and I'm becoming a better person. I mean, that totally goes in line with our reading here. If you're dealing with a fire sign, I want to start over. This is a destined partnership. I hide my feelings. We need to let each other go. I hide behind material things, and you let me down. That feels like someone who's still trying to reconcile some things. Okay, if you're dealing with an earth sign, I have trouble with intimacy. You and I were too young. It's time to decide about this relationship. I don't know why this happened. I am not over you. If you're dealing with an air sign, I compare others to you. I miss being with you. I love you. I wish we could go back. And my life is not as together as it seems. All right, Pisces, this is what I have for you today. I really hope it helps. I hope it brought you some peace and clarity. If it did, let me know. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I love to hear from you. Until next time, guys, I send you off with all my very best. Always, always, always. Bye-bye.